Hello, I'm Dr. Tina Chekan, Superintendent and CEO of Propel Schools. Welcome to our second video message regarding the 2020-2021 school year. We appreciate your time today and are thankful for your support. This is our second in a series of video updates regarding the safe reopening of schools for the 2020-2021 school year. We hope that you find these video updates helpful as we work together as partners in education. We have been closely following local, state, and federal guidance related to the pandemic. Much of what we knew in the spring has changed significantly throughout the summer. Inevitably, this situation will continue to evolve and change as we prepare to start the 2020-2021 school year. The most important update we share today is that we have made a decision to conduct the first 6 weeks of school virtually for all scholars. After this initial 6 weeks, we will begin to phase into the AV Week in-person hybrid learning protocol for families who have chosen that option. We have made this decision in an abundance of caution and situational awareness as we have seen positive case numbers in Allegheny County trending upward at a rate higher than anticipated. Our goal remains to have all scholars engaging with in-person learning, but this will not be possible unless we and our region do all that we can to slow the transmission of COVID-19. We are confident by making slow and steady progress, we will be able to safely reopen our school buildings after the initial 6 weeks of virtual learning. This 6-week period of virtual learning is necessary as Propel safely prepares educators to fully support scholars in their pursuit of excellence. We are taking a measured, deliberate approach to assure educators are fully prepared to support scholars both virtually and in our classrooms. In our first video message regarding the 2020-2021 school year, we provided detailed information about the learning options that are available to our families for the 2020-2021 school year. We thank all of our families who have already completed their Skyward Learning Choice selection or who have already communicated this information to their school's leadership team. With scholars engaging virtually for the first 6 weeks, we understand that family circumstances may change between now and October. We will check again with families in mid-September to finalize and confirm your selection of either the AB Week learning protocol or the 100% virtual learning protocol. You can expect the following. All scholars will attend virtually for the first 6 weeks of school. Phase 1, from August 19th to October 2nd, all scholars will engage in a remote learning protocol. Later in this video, I will outline the expectations, information regarding schedules, and other vital information necessary for families. Phase 2, on Monday, October 5th, Propel plans to transition to a hybrid learning protocol for those families selecting Option 1, AB Week and in-person learning rotation, and to continue a remote learning protocol for those scholars selecting Option 2, a 100% remote learning protocol. Depending on the number of scholars choosing to attend in person, we may be able to offer limited slots to scholars who may desire to attend on-site every day regardless of their AB grouping. This will be determined after we receive data from all families. We understand that any modification to school schedules can be challenging for families due to work schedules and other obligations, and we will be as accommodating as we can while upholding high standards for all scholars. Consistency is vital to the academic success of our scholars. We know that scholars thrive when predictability, routine, and processes are consistent. As such, we ask that once you choose an option, you commit to that option until the end of a trimester, or a 9-week mark, which is a half semester for all high school students. We will continually monitor COVID-19 transmission in our community and reevaluate our plans every 30 days, or when new guidance is received. Any changes that will be communicated to families immediately. As outlined in Phase 1, all scholars will begin with a remote learning protocol. Here's what you can expect during Phase 1 for the remote learning protocol. On August 19th, 20th, and 21st, all families will be asked to pick up technology, which will include either a Chromebook or an iPad for scholars in grades 3 through 12 and iPads only for scholars in grades K through 2. Additional educational resources such as required reading materials and basic school supplies will also be ready for your scholar during technology pickup. To eliminate difficulties with browser, software, or other technical issues, all scholars will be required to use Propel loan technology. This will also allow us to collect data regarding attendance hours. We will be creating a series of videos for families that will guide you as you support scholars logging in to the computer, as well as tips for troubleshooting. For families having difficulty with gaining internet access, please reach out to us. Low-cost options are provided on our Propel Schools website. Beginning August 24th, all scholars will begin the remote learning protocol. Each scholar will be required to check in daily. Educators will provide a combination of live and recorded lessons, as well as provide regular feedback to scholars. A learning schedule will be shared in the upcoming weeks. We understand that family schedules may not necessarily align with school schedules, and that scholars may not be virtually present at the time of every lesson. Please note that lessons will be recorded and available for later viewing, but assignments must be completed regularly and on time. Please keep in mind when a teacher is live, scholars will have the ability to ask questions. Therefore, it is important that scholars are engaged during those designated times, if at all possible. The schedule will be flexible, as we know that scholars cannot successfully sit behind a screen for long periods of time. Art, music, creative arts, and physical education will still be included in the learning schedule. Opportunities for scholars to meet via Zoom with school counselors will also be available. Scholars must attend school for 180 days for 900 hours of instruction at the elementary level or 990 hours of instruction at the secondary level, as outlined by Pennsylvania law. Attending school daily, even while in a virtual learning protocol, is necessary. As each of us recognize, the longer scholars are away from learning routines, gaps in learning begin to occur and can grow larger. Procedures for attendance will be outlined in an upcoming video. Scholars will be expected to check in daily. As a school system, we are mandated to follow truancy when scholars are not regularly attending school. All assignments will be graded, and no assigned work will be considered to be optional. Instructional content and materials will be used to prepare scholars for grade level appropriate learning. In our next video update, we will take a deeper dive into what Phase 2 looks like. This will include information about learning in buildings, transportation, lunches, and other family supports. Moving forward, we will keep current regarding new guidelines and updated best practices. We will not be hesitant to update our learning protocols to align with health and safety guidelines set forth by the Governor's office, especially by immediately pivoting in relationship to changes in our green, yellow, and red phases in Pennsylvania. For the health and safety of our school communities, we will take all necessary precautions when public health conditions change in our region. We know that this is a lot of information to process and that you may have questions about these and other topics. We are excited to announce that very soon Propel will hold our very first virtual town hall so that we can gather as a school community to discuss learning protocols, health and safety measures, and other important information. Discussing these things in reflective, constructive ways will support our community as we respectfully share our ideas. Thank you for your time today. We have come very far in our planning and are still hard at work to bring our scholars excellence and equity in education, because our scholars deserve no less.